Hello world, hello my viewers, hello my fans. How are you guys? I posted a video, welcome back, trying to let you all know that I was down for like 2 weeks, was on medication. And I mentioned in that video that I was working on a video. Um Even as I was on medication, I tried to do one or two, and something really captured my eyes. And wow, the scene, I didn't really like it. Although it's not my business, it's nobody's business, because you have the right to train your child, your children, the way and the manner you want. But sometimes we really need to sit down and ask ourselves, the training we are giving these children, um is it worth it? Is it what you can be proud of when you come out in the public place and they display one or two? Will you really be proud to say, yeah, I'm a proud parent of this child, of these children? We don't know it all. And like I always say, let everybody train his or her own, just like I'm training mine. But to me, I always pray for God's wisdom to train my child. And I was somewhere, something happened, and it was, to me, it's pathetic somehow. At the same time, it wasn't a good. I don't know what to say anyway. But the thing is this: my fellow sweet mothers, like I always address you guys, our children, yeah. Please, if you have a domestic staff working under you, our drivers, the janitors, the laundryman, whoever that is working under you as a domestic staff, please, I beg, um you try to present them like your fellow human being, created by the same God, blood running through their veins like your own and that of your children. um what really what will you really gain seeing your children being very abusive, very rude to your domestic staff? Yeah, those people working under you, you're paying them. Remember, some of them are somebody's mother, some of them are somebody's father, some of them are somebody's child. One thing led to another. They're only trying to make ends meet on their own side by working for you and under your supervision. I kind of saw that scene, and it wasn't pleasing. So dehumanizing. I don't know how to explain this. How can a child look straight to an older person just for the mere fact the person is working for your parents, maybe to take care of you, and you render abusive words to somebody who is old enough to be your own mother, somebody who is old enough to be your own father? um it's disheartening to me when I see such things. But one thing we parents should remember, yeah, I hear people say the table turns. I hear people say a lot of things. Actually, whichever seat, whichever chair you find yourself sitting on today, remember somebody sat there before you. Whatsoever you have today, remember somebody is far richer than you and had made use of those things you think. Those people working under you, they are, in fact, they are too dirty. They are not up to the class of people that can sit on your couch. Anyways, I I want to plead, especially for my fellow sweet mothers. Please, please. Um, I think it will be in the right sense of it if our kids are being taught how to respect people working under their parents. I don't see the reason a child, for what from what I told you guys I saw, a child will stand in front of a domestic staff for the mere fact that your parents are paying the person at the end of the month. You look straight into his or her eyes and render abusive words that, I don't know. I thought these children, they are being taught what a strong language is in their schools. How can a little child tell a domestic staff taking care of him or her that he or she is very stupid? Before you know it, they say, will you get out of my sight? The scene I saw, I witnessed, I was almost like, wow. I wanted to like call the child and say, what are you doing? But the society we are into, you don't know who's the action you're about taking. What if I call this child and tells the child that you don't use such words, even to your age mates, not to talk of somebody who is older than you? And you know, this child just said it as it's a normal thing to her. In fact, this is how they should be addressed. Who are they? Doing that in front of your friends just to let your friends see them as nothing. Perhaps you don't know, they might go their home, your friends might go home to their own houses, and at the end of the day they will sit down to like think of what my friend did today. Their own training might be different from yours. What my friend did today, is it the right thing to do? It's a two-way thing. It's either they copy from you, or they go home to start thinking of how my friend behaved and the humiliation, how the person felt in front of them, and they're not, is not in their designation to say anything. Please, please, I beg you, my fellow sweet mothers, let's put hands together and train these children in such a way that they will not constitute nuisance to the society wherever they are found. There is no big deal. These people working on that, they are human beings, and you don't know where they will be tomorrow. Nobody knows who will help each other tomorrow. You don't know where you're going to see them tomorrow. You don't know where in the situation you're going to find yourself tomorrow. Nobody prays for any misfortune. Um, like I always tell people, no matter how rich you think you are, you don't have it all. You do not have it all. For that thing you feel you have, it might be somebody's, the least thing some other person richer than you has used in the time past, and the person didn't use it to humiliate anybody. There's a post I saw, somebody wore a Burberry shirt. Yes, thinking, yes, I've worn a good shirt. Unfortunately, on getting to the shop where he wanted to buy something, he saw somebody, a lady carrying a pillow, and the pillowcase is still the same color of the Burberry shirt he is wearing. So does it really make any sense? It doesn't really make any sense. Let's try as much as possible to train our children on how to respect the elders. A little, even if you don't train them, yeah, we are Africans. Even if you don't want to, maybe your own class is so high that yes, you don't really want them to address them as uncle or auntie. Yes, you can as well tell them to address them as Miss this person's name, Miss that, Mrs. this, Mr. that. It will be right to do such. Letting them shout their name as if they are nobody. In fact, they are one thing that I don't even know how to describe them at this point. I'm not saying you should tell them to call them aunties. I'm not saying you should call them, you should tell them to call your drivers uncle that, uncle this. If you think that is too much, or this is the local African pattern, at least the Western world, they address people with an initial, either Miss, Ma'am, Madam, Mr., Mrs., whichever one, whichever title the person is due, you accord the person that respect by addressing him or her accordingly. That way, there will be a little constraint when they want to be very rude or abusive to your domestic staff. Nobody knows tomorrow. You don't know where you find yourself. That even the so-called wealth you have, you might not be able to get you that which you want right there. There is something a rich man has that no matter how big, how rich the person is, that same rich man, with all worth he or she has, with all what he has, he might still need something from a poor person. Please, I'm begging. Let's try. Let's try and teach our children how to respect people, how to respect even their own mates, how to have respect for any individual around them. That way, we can make a good family. That way, when they are found outside the home, anybody around them will nod their head and say, yes, this is a well-trained child. Because, there is one thing. It's not about giving them that training of, I'm paying these people, they are working for you. So they don't have a say. Whatsoever you want, you tell them, they will do it for you. Failing to do that, they will be fired. They will be sacked. It's not the end of the world. If even if you sack them, maybe, who knows, you are pushing them to their destination, a place where God has opened for them. At the end of the day, they might find themselves in a place where opportunities will be opened up for them. At the end of the day, they will look back and smile and say, God, I thank you for pushing me out of that hole. Let's try and do this so that wherever we find ourselves, we'll be able to smile at each other at least. There is no big deal in training a child to have respect. There is no big deal seeing your fellow human being as a human being like you. There is no big deal trying to appreciate people around you, making them feel at home. What will you gain when each time somebody around you sees you, they will have this feeling of rejection, this feeling of I'm a nobody, this feeling of I'm nothing. Remember, what's spoken can be forgiven but cannot be forgotten. It's hard to forget. It can be forgiven, but at the end of the day, anytime the person sees you, the person will remember, this person did this person did that to me. But of a real fact is that they have forgiven you. And the real fact again is that the memory is still there. Let's try to spread love, peace, respect, humility, and accord everybody around us the respect due to the person. It will not remove a hair from our body. We are one. We are made by God. Thank you, parents, for listening to this speech. And I believe it will touch us one way or the other, so that we can at least start training these children in the way that they will grow. They will not regret their actions, because nobody can turn the hands of the clock backwards. Thank you, my fans. Thank you, the world. Thank you for listening to me. If you like this video, help me share, like, and comment. God bless you all. I love you like always. Mwah. Bye.